This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us.
What up, dog? Welcome to Nemt University, where we unlock the secrets to success in the non-emergency medical transportation industry. I'm your host, Dante, always known as the homeschool dad on other platforms. And I've been in the industry since 2016 and started my own family transportation business in 2019. And so I want to give you some secrets that help you navigate through this industry and get started successfully. So today's episode is all about market research. Did you think you was going to get away with not doing your market research or researching the industry, period? You have to know exactly what you're getting into, what all it entails, what it's going to cost you, how much time and effort you need to put into this industry. So market research is the topic of this discussion today. So this is a crucial step for anybody you want to do your research. So during this time, one of the things that you need to do, one of the topics or things that you need to do when it comes to market research is, your business entity setup. So that goes for when you filling out your EIN number at irs.gov and getting your free EIN number, which is your employer identification number. Now this takes about maybe 10 minutes or less at irs.gov. And you're going to choose from several categories, whether it be sole proprietorship, DBA, LLC, partnership, corporation, estate, or trust. Those are like the main components that usually people will choose from. So you're going to, choose your EIN number. Hopefully you're going to pick a what we call a green name, meaning that it's transparent. It's not going to be red flagged with the with business loan people. People that give out loans and things. There's certain names that you can put into your business name that automatically flags, your business as high risk, and you don't want to do that. So create something catchy, short, sweet, to the point. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want to come up with nothing that's hard to pronounce. Just make something, like J&J Transportation or get you there and back transportation. Something that's going to be catchy, but at the same time short and concise. So you want to create your EIN number. Not create your EIN number. You're going to create your business name, and then also you want to make sure you get your EIN number from irs.gov. The next thing you want to do is you want to head over to your local Secretary of State, right? The local Secretary of State is going to allow you to set up your business entity, like we were just talking about. You're going to set up a DBA, sole proprietorship, LLC, or estate, partnership, corporation, or trust. Now, when people usually are setting up their businesses, the main thing that people want mainly focus on is a LLC, right? Limited liability company. Now, limited liability company is good in one aspect where, it protects you from, people. I'm not a CPA or anybody that's qualified to give you none of this information, but I'm going to give you from my personal opinion. So if you want to set up your business entity, I would, if you need some help, I would ask you to, go out and seek somebody professional that can help you. But limited liability is something that helps you in your business. It separates you as a person from the business. So if anybody comes to try to sue you or anything like that, they don't even get, there. So set up your business entity is one of the things that you need to do. Okay. So this is all going in when I'm talking about market research. Reason why you're doing your market research is because you're going to find out, okay, how much does it cost? What is it going to cost me to set up this business entity, meaning your LLC or your DBA or your sole proprietorship? How much is it going to cost me? So in the state of Michigan, it's $50. Now, if you want to set up a partnership with two or more people, then it's $100. So I don't know what it is in different states. So this is why it's so important. You know what I'm talking about, for you to figure out what it is that you need to do and how much it's going to cost you. Because in the end, when you jumping into this head first and not knowing what you're getting yourself into, there's a lot of information that you need to know before starting, because you don't want to go in just blindfolded. You know, as I'll give you an example. Say for instance, all my street hustles out there. Now, if you know that you going outside and you're going on the block, right, and you got you a nice little pack, but you don't know in and about, okay, well, where's all the money coming from? Okay, if that's the case, then you need to figure out, okay, that corner right there popping, that corner over there popping. I know if I go 2 blocks around the corner, I know that's popping. Okay, well, I need to have this amount of product in order for me to, you know what I'm saying, to make a decent amount of money. Okay, the same thing applies for this industry. You want to figure out all these medical facilities that's out here in your neck of the woods that you plan on doing business with, whether it's dialysis clinics, physical therapy, hospitals, cancer centers, you know what I'm saying, all these different places, school districts, you know what I'm saying, different elementary schools, high schools, middle schools. You want to know where all these places is, because these are potential customers that you could be locking in with or partnering with. So with that being said, make sure that you are doing your research. So anybody that's what, you know, I would say, I'm jumping ahead. Let me back up. We're going to stick on business entity. My bad. We're going to stick on business entities. So once you get your business entity set up and all of that, okay, now we're going to move on to the next thing. Okay, we already did our EIN number. We did our business entity. And now we want to know about licensing and certifications and things of that nature. So all states do not require you to have licensing, meaning you might need a CDL or, you understand, something of that nature. But licensing and certification can go, you know what I'm saying, both ways. What I mean by that is there's a CPR certification, okay, that most individuals are going to need. So I'll put it to you like this. What if you were you hired a driver, right, and you have drivers and things of that nature, right? And no, let me back up. Say for instance, you have a family member that's maybe in a state over, right, maybe in Ohio or something like that, okay, and they're going to use a non-emergency medical transportation business or private transportation business, okay, and they need to get to a doctor's appointment. But the particular company that hired that particular driver do not know, does not have the CPR certification, right? And, you know, we're driving along, right? And, you know, your aunt, who's in the back seat that's being transported, right, somehow gets something lodged inside of her throat. And she can't, I mean, she's an older lady. What I mean by older, she's like maybe 70 years old, okay? She's having trouble breathing. That particular driver that you have does not have a CPR certification, or does not know how to administer, you know, the Heimlich remover or anything of that nature. And so they have to dispatch and call EMT. But that might take 5-10 minutes. You have somebody choking back here in the back seat. So would you hire somebody that does not have that certification? That's a question from me to you. Me personally, no, I'm not hiring that driver, because just like you would want your auntie or somebody like that, or somebody close to you, you know, not being able to admit it, having the potential of being administered, you know, CPR. Why would you put yourself, your company, and that person in that predicament? So with that being said is, have your drivers, to make a long story short, you know, to make a long story short, have your drivers take the CPR certification. They can take it at redcross.org or any other facility that offers those type of classes. Classes range from like $50 all the way up to like maybe $130, depending on if you are online or you're doing it in person. Me personally, I'll put a disclaimer here. I would ask you guys, if you're watching my video, to do it in person Reason why is you get to reenact and perform on the particular dial models that they have available to you. If you do it online, all you're doing is answering questions. So you basically know exactly what to do, but do you really know what to do if you're just taking it online? So just go the extra mile. It's only like a 2-hour class. You can do that on a Saturday, 2 to 3 hours, you know what I'm saying, and knock out that class easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, my stuff is coming up real soon because the certificate is due for it's valid for 2 years. So you have to recertify, every 2 years. So I think I'm going to do a video on this soon on the channel, just so you guys know. But CPR certification, okay? That's one of the certifications that you maybe need to look up, and I just told you the price. Next will be a PASS certification, which stands for, it's an acronym. It stands for Passenger Assistant Safety Sensitivity Training, where you learn how to properly secure a passenger inside a wheelchair. And unsecure, right? Properly fasten the seatbelt, defensive driver training, like sexual assault training. There's several things that go into the PASS certification. PASS certification also does the same thing. There's an online version, and then there's also a virtual version where you go in person. And the reason why I say go in person, because the one that you do in person gives you more training, more training that you do. Online is just a limited version, and then the in-person version is more extended, and it goes a long way. And what I mean by when it goes a long way is, you want to get into, say for instance, you want to get into these medical facilities, right? You're doing private pay, okay? So you're working with the brokers, but at the same time, you want to build up your private pay clients, meaning that those are your own clients that you do not have to share with Medicaid or brokers. These are your personal clients that you contracted with, okay? So if you want to go to some of these more established medical facilities, they're going to look for that PASS certification, and it costs. So there's 2 different versions. The online version is $50, and the more extended version is $750. But if you are a member of CTAA, then you have a discount. Okay. So it's $25 online if you are a member, and then for the online version, and then it's $650, I believe, for the virtual version if you take the course if you are a member. Okay, so you can go to ctaa.org. So licensing and certification. And now there may be other certifications that you may need, but this is the point of me telling you why is market research so important? You want to know what's going on in your particular area, on your block. Okay, whatever is going on in your block, you need to know what's going on. You need to know who are the players that's out here. So who else is standing on these corners, or where all these rest of these establishments are? Okay, all these different establishments. There's a dialysis clinic over here, a kidney center clinic over here. Then there's a small doctor's office right over here, and then there's a hospital maybe like 2 blocks up the road. You need to know where all these places are. So when you are out here networking and bumping shoulders with these different people in these high places, you want them to know who you are and what you do. So say for instance you are ambulatory, so we do ambulatory and wheelchair services. So if somebody wants just needs somebody to be about to be discharged, right, and they can walk and everything, don't need a wheelchair, all you need is an ambulatory vehicle. You can use the vehicle that you're driving right at this particular moment if you wanted to, just to get started. So that's what makes this business, so dope, because you can come in at entry level. We're not coming out of pocket with a lot of money. Okay. Reason being, like in certain states, it might be a little bit more as far as startup costs, but then in your state it might be a little bit less. You know what I'm talking about? So this is why you need to know, okay, what's going to be my startup costs? How much am I going to need? What do I need to do before I get started? What is step one? I gave you step one. You know what I'm talking about? I gave you step one. Okay. So licensing certifications, like I said, you know, that goes to be unsaid. You know, that example I gave you as far as, you know, somebody transporting your family member, just, you know, take heed in that, because it's really important. So when you're doing this business, also when you're talking about market research, you know what I'm saying, there's startup costs that comes along with this. And we were talking about some of the costs before, but there's also some costs that you also need to know that I didn't speak about, which is cash reserves. You may not know what I'm talking about with cash reserve, but you want to have like a set amount of money, whether it's like $5,000 in your bank account, or, you know, $2,500 in your bank account, because, you know, life happens. As I be telling my kids, life be life, and sometimes, you know what I'm talking about. And so you can have a vehicle that might go down, you know what I'm talking about, and you need to get that vehicle back on the road immediately because you're just starting off your business. You have insurance to take care of. You have daily maintenance to take care of. You have, you know, dispatching software or whatever the case may be. So you have daily costs. So you're going to need that cash reserve. I would tell you not to get into the business without having something set aside just for that emergency fund. Okay. I don't care if it's just $1,000, whatever you can afford, the more the merrier, as you know, but have your cash reserves. Okay. On top of that, we talked about, you may need your tires rotated. Okay. Like I said, there's several things that could come into play that you don't know could happen, and you just want to be able to have the means to be able to take care of that situation as it arises. So knowing your startup costs, you know, you can have dispatching software costs. You may have a CPA, you know what I'm saying, a CPA that on deck, or you might have a software such as QuickBooks to do your booking. You know what I'm saying? So those things are costs as well. It's like $199 for that software. So you want to know if anything that shall cost you in this particular industry. You want to have a spreadsheet, because you want to know everything that's going to be that you're going to have in order for you to be successful in this business. So it could be like $15,000 to start up. I'm not sure, because I'm not you, and I don't know exactly where you are starting off in your journey, because you could have a vehicle already, you know what I'm talking about, and you don't need to purchase a vehicle, so you might be able to save a few $1,000s. But then again, you might have to get some insurance, which is you know, commercial auto insurance and general liability insurance, and that particular insurance might be like $5,000. So then you might have to spend that $5,000 anyway. So, you know, this is why it's important. Like I said, if you're on the block, you know what I'm talking about, and you are researching, or if you're starting up a little small business, like say for instance, me and my wife started a vending machine business for my daughter. Didn't know anything about vending machines, right? I didn't even know I knew you had to have coins and stuff in the machine, but guess what? I didn't have it in the beginning, so I had to shoot to the bank and grab like $150 worth of, you know, coins, dimes, nickels, quarters, and things like that nature, so I can, you know, fill the machine up. Because again, you know what I'm saying, I didn't properly do my research. I knew I wanted the machine for one, okay, and I wanted to get her some, you know, some income, you know, so she wouldn't have to be in my pocket every week. And then I had to buy the snacks. Okay, so just to start her off with, and spent like $200 something on the snacks, I believe. I can't remember exactly what it was. So all in, I was like, we bought the machines. Okay, got a deal on the machines, but then we had to fill the machines up with snacks and change. You know what I'm talking about? So me, if I would have properly, you know, did my research, you know, thought I just knew that I wanted, you know what I'm saying, her to have some steady income. I know it can come like on a daily basis, so she can have something at the end of the week. So I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying, do your research, because it'll help you in the long run, because, you know what I'm saying, you won't be surprised or shocked when things arise. You're like, oh, I didn't even know that. You do know that, because I just told you. Okay, so we already talked about, you know, assessing your competition, or, you know, other NMT companies, really just to partner up with them and see what type of services they offer. But next, we want to talk about hiring practices. So people always ask the question, okay, well, how should I go about hiring, my drivers? Okay. So it's all up to you. So you can either hire your drivers on an hourly basis, W-2 worker, or you can do an independent contractor way. So hourly workers, you have to set your hourly rate, right? And then you got to take into account of the trips that they're going to be taking and the money that you're going to make, your net income that you're going to make in the end. So it is going to be worth you paying that the hourly raise. And then also when it comes with hourly employees, you also may have to do insurance, unemployment insurance, and things like that, to work in compensation insurance. So I'm not sure, because we didn't take that route. The route that we took is independent contractor, where you have a set amount that you're going to pay somebody at the end of the week for the trips that they take. And then you may be doing like $35 per trip or $40 per trip, however you want to do it. And then at the end of the week, you're going to pay them their set amount, and then they're responsible for paying their taxes at the end of the year, because you're going to give them a 1099 at the end of the year, right? So it all depends on what's going to be your business model, how you're going to set your business up. This also comes into account, because you might not be hiring drivers when you're first starting off. You might be thugging it out just like I did. When it comes down to driving, you might want to, keep all the money in house until you have enough funds, operating costs, to be able to hire somebody. So you might be thugging it out in the beginning. It all depends. But if you want to go by what should you do as far as hiring a hourly employee versus independent contractor, it all depends on what you want to do, how you want to set up your business. But those are the two options that you have. And I think the latter option will be best when you're first starting off, and then as the business grows, you get more vehicles, okay, then you can, transition them to a hourly employee, if that, fits your model. Okay, now we're going to talk about setting rates, okay? This is where it get real funky for everybody. Like, okay, how do I figure out what I can charge, I'm talking about for my particular rides? So if you're going to be working with brokers and Medicaid, they basically have a set amount of money that they're going to pay you. Usually it's like $35 for a ambulatory trip. And then it's like $55 for wheelchair. And it's also negotiable. It's not set in stone, but those are like the standard rates that they pay. So if you're going to be working with Medicaid and brokers, it's usually around $35 for ambulatory, which means like a 4-door vehicle. And then wheelchair accessible vehicle is more like, I would say, 55, 65, maybe somewhere around there. And then you have stretcher, more like 75, 85. So, and a gurney, 75, 85. So it all depends. So setting your rates. Then you can also have, say for instance, that your particular client requests that they have a attendant with them, where you can, for them to have an attendant, that's going to cost like $25 per 15 minutes or something like that, or $15 per 15 minutes. So if it's 30 minutes that they need, then they're going to pay you $50 if it's $25 per 15 minutes. And then you can have wait time. So if a client requests that your driver waits, then if that's the case, and you want to be do this at your discretion, but I'm going to tell you like this, time is money. So that particular driver could be doing something else at that particular time. So you could charge, $15 per 15 minutes of wait time. So this is another way that you can, implement those type of charges into your rates. Okay, broker. When we're talking about when we were just transitioning from broker and Medicaid versus, we're gonna say versus private pay, right? So brokers usually work. I'm saying this is how you get paid through Medicaid, is you have to work through a broker, right? So if that's the case, certain states are broker states. Certain states are more MCO powered brokers, meaning like full-fledged brokers, as opposed to other states. So Michigan in particular is an in-house It's called in-house management. What that means is if you want to work with Medicaid, you have to go through Department of Health and Human Services, Health and Human Services. So that's our model in Michigan. So we're not a full broker state, but if you want to work with Medicaid, you have to go to the Department of Health and Human Services. But other states, like I believe Texas or somewhere, or Georgia or something like that, they're more the fact that you have to go through like Southeast Trans or Modivcare or a broker house. So how you do that is you either go to their website and then you fill out their application, and then you let them know the type of services that you offer and type of vehicles that you have, and then they'll contact you when it's time to partner up. So that's how you navigate that. And again, I gave you the rates, basically what they pay. Like I said, it is negotiable, and then in some instances you can go in there and tell them like, well, I have this type of vehicle, this amount of miles that I have on it. These are the type of services I have. I have top-notch drivers that have these certifications. So, I wanted an extra $20 for this particular trip. And they may or may not, go for that. But you can negotiate that, just so you know. Now, on the other hand, private pay, which is what I love. I preach this all the time. Private pay is, you go in there and you're setting the tone for your business. You're setting your model, your rates, and it's up to the company to either accept it or negotiate back with you. Counter that offer that you have. Say for instance, like our ambulatory $55, for the base rate, and then it'll be $3.25 for mileage. Anything past 5 miles is that $3.25 for additional miles, right? But they can come in there and negotiate that. But I don't want to pay you $3. Okay, we'll take the $3. Okay, it's not going to hurt me to take the 25 cents off of that $3.25 for the mileage, right? So, but you get to set the tone for your particular rates. And the contract, you guys can go from 6 months to like a year. You can have a 6-month contract with a medical facility just starting off to see how your business handles the workload, and then you gradually go up to a year or 2 years, hopefully like a 5-year contract. Same thing goes for when you work in medical facilities, right? I'm not medical facilities, I mean school districts. You want to lock in for that school year, that academic school year. You know what I'm talking about? And you're going to negotiate that particular rate with the school superintendent, for that school district, right? So, brokers and Medicaid versus private pay. It's a great debate as far as conversation goes, because I know a few NEMT companies out here that's making 6 figures off of working with brokers, which is pretty commendable. Just to say that, because it's not easy out here working with brokers. Relationships are great when they're great, but then when it's that way, it's that way. So what I know is, you can't get paid with brokers, but private pay is where I'm at. I'm going to continue to be the forefront for the private pay NMT owners. Next, create your business plan. Okay, it may be I want to have 5 vehicles in the next 2 years, and I want 3 of the vehicles to be ambulatory and 2 wheelchair accessible vehicles, and I want to partner with 15 clinics, 10 in the first year, 5 in the next year, or 5 in the first year, 10 in the next year. To create you a business plan. What are going to be startup costs? Because guess what? There's also funding out here that can help you get these type of things rolling. You know what I'm saying? Especially like women in transportation. It's something different because women are not usually in transportation. So there might be grants out here available for you at grants.gov that you can look into. So don't go without trying to put something on paper so you can see physically what it is, and then maybe you can take that to the SBA. They have SBA in all major cities around here, so you can take it to SBA and see if they can find you some qualified funding. Just so that it's available. But by you creating that business plan will give you the jump start You know what I'm talking about? That battery in your pack. You know what I'm talking about? That pack in your battery, whatever you want to call it. So you get started and get your business up and running. You know what I'm talking about? So create your business plan. If you don't know how to do it, like this, they have free classes. They used to have, I'm not going to say it now, but they used to have free classes at SBA, like down in Detroit. Like in the D where I'm at, they have, you know, free classes like every second Saturday of every month. You know what I'm talking about? You can sign up for those classes. But what you can do is Google's everybody's best friend. So Google, you know what I'm saying, SBA grant writing, or you know what I'm saying, SBA business plan classes or something of that nature. And Google and see what comes up. And maybe if it's free, go ahead and sign up. It's $25 to sign up. You will always want to invest in yourself, okay? I wouldn't have got this far where I'm at without investing in myself. You know, I took the time to, every little couple dollars that I did make, put together, I end up investing it back into the business, back into my business, back into my daughter's business. So, you know what I'm saying, it can keep growing and growing, you know what I'm talking about? So just because you make a couple dollars here and there don't mean you got to go spend it on, you know what I'm saying, clothes, jewelry, or trips, or whatever the case may be. Throw that money back into a business because it's going to help you in the long run. It may hurt in the beginning because you see everybody else on IG, you know what I'm talking about, flicking it up. You know what I'm talking about, you know how they do. You know what I'm saying? Let me grab the phone. You know what I'm talking about? And they out shining, they got their jewels on, you feel me? You know what I'm talking about? On the jet skis and type shit, you know? But what you're gonna do is you're gonna be building for the future. You know what I'm talking about? So if that's going to be you, just take this real serious. You know what I'm talking about? Because this can literally change your life. I can tell you like this: 2015 is when I came home. Came home from prison in 2015, and I ain't looked back since. Not to say it's been a easy road, but guess what? I ain't looked back. I have no memory of the last memory I had was of me dapping up one of my homeboys up in there. He told me, man, don't let me see you back in this motherfucker tape. And guess what? He ain't seen me or heard me. I linked up with him when he got out, you know, talking about make sure he was well, dropped him off a nice little care package, make sure he was good. Nico, what up though? But besides that, you know what I'm saying, it's been laser focused ahead, because one thing's for sure and two for certain, as my baby boy used to say before he checked up out of here, is you know, a lot of shit is not promised. So we got to make sure that we making the executive decisions to make sure that our people's, our family's gonna be straight. Okay. As we do the business plan, last but not least, that's basically what I wanted to bring to you as far as this video go. You know, this particular show, Nemt University, is to help you navigate and help you get started. So without me bringing information about the most important thing, which is your market research, you know, I probably did a video about this a couple times before on the platform, but I don't know if I broke it down into this aspect. So this is the reason why we're giving this video to you, just so you know, like, there's things that you need to do to make your business successful. And so if you're not going to do those things that get you started as far as the research go and all that, then don't get into this business, because all you're going to do is be wasting your time and probably some money. You know what I'm talking about? So one thing's for sure, two for certain, I know you don't want to lose no money. And guess what? Time you can't get back. So don't waste it. If you're going to do it, do it. You know what I'm talking about? Just do it. So this has been a episode from Nemt University, and the name of this particular show was, before you start your Nemt business, do this most important thing first. Yo, if you like this video, there's several other videos on my channel. Please share this video with some people that you think might need this information. For one. For two, there's two little hands down there. So there's an up button and a down button. Hit one of them just to, you know what I'm saying, get this video get it into the what you call it, algorithm. And then for three, if anything I shared with you today helped you out, or maybe help somebody that you know might be interested in this business, why don't you drop me a comment and just let me know what you think about the video. If I left out something, you got a question, feel free to leave the question down in the comments as well. You know what I'm saying? All questions usually, you know what I'm saying, are the worst type of questions there is the ones that you never asked. Worst type of comment it is you never comment on it. So I want to, get your feedback on what you think about the episode. And guess what? I appreciate you. So your host is signing out. See you on the next one. Love and light. Salute.